Okay, this is a practical use case demo of this Jetson Bolt Pro throttle mod. I'm going to go ahead and release the brake and I will return to maximum cruise. Or actually, I'm returning to my set cruise. I believe I was at max. I can control my speed here. I'm not going to do that while I'm driving because I still have one hand. But it makes one-handed driving a lot easier because when you press the brake, it cuts power to the motor. So far before you're actually braking, you turn off the cruise, and then you can easily return to cruise. See? I was able to totally safely negotiate that with one hand and an e-cig in that hand. Now obviously you don't want to do that in normal situations, but I'm taking the risk so you won't have to. And it's pulling us up this hill no problem. I've stopped several times, haven't had to start the cruise control over, press the throttle any, and it is doing its thing. So let's go over here to some more flattish ground. Here we go. So I can do a quick stop for a red light or a stop sign or a car, and then go right back to cruise, no problem, no distraction. I turned it down. Let's turn it up. There we go. Now I can set a low speed like this. Let me switch hands here. There we go. Gotta put my e-cig in my pocket. Okay. So now I'm at a low speed and I can rev up to max speed. And then if I slow down or let go of the throttle, it will go back to my set cruise speed. It's very convenient for all kinds of different situations. So let's go up here and I'll demonstrate another one. So I've turned it down, it's all the way off. Now I can walk with my bike. I can turn this knob to where it now goes walking speed. I don't have to mess with the throttle. In fact, I need to turn it up actually. Here, it's kind of hard to do with holding a phone, but when you're not holding a phone, it is easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so now it's up to walking speed. Totally safe. It's very easy now to move through grass or yards. I don't know these people, so I'm not going to go in their yard. I can get on the bike and either use the traditional throttle or adjust the knob. It's very easy. I just have a phone in my hand. Trust me, without this upgrade, I would not be able to record in these situations. It would be much more dangerous, especially by those cars. This makes the bike a lot safer. It really does. For a kid, you could dial in the max cruise and then bypass the throttle and just give them a push button that goes to a max cruise that you set locked away in there. Don't mind my messy box. I'm a developer and an engineer, not an artist. Okay, so I'm full throttle now. Coming to a stop sign and see I've got my max, or my minimum cruise on. So yes, I should have legally stopped, I understand that. But see, I can just turn the corner. I don't really have to throttle it. It's gonna stay throttled. It's like a walk mode. Okay, another thing. Let's say we go up to max. I've noticed with this bike, without this upgrade, if you're on a hill when you set max cruise, you'll have the most power. And so much so, and I've said this before in videos, that if you do the throttle in those situations, you'll actually decrease in speed. That does not happen with this. You're locked in. You're seriously locked in. So I can just press the brake. The Jetson already knows to cut power to the motor. I didn't have to add that. And then I just release the brake. Look at that. It makes it so much easier to ride. Remember, I'm doing this one-handed. I mean, ideally, you'd have both hands on the dang bike. It's worlds easier to ride this bike now. I would equate it to like, because it's a performance upgrade too. I would equate it to like an air filter for a car. You're not really, you know, adding a lot of performance, you know, but it is an upgrade you can get and it'll make your car a little faster, you know. But speed is not the advertisement, or is not the advertising point of this upgrade. Control is the main focus of this upgrade. Control, my friends. Look, you cannot do this with a stock Jetson. You cannot dial the speed down just like that. Even with the stock cruise, try to go this slow with the stock cruise. I dare you. Okay, and if you're able to achieve it, do it again. Turn it off and on real quick and do it again. You're not going to be able to. With this, I can. Look, I am totally in slow mode because there are imaginary children running around and cars backing out of imaginary cars backing out of actual driveways. But see, I see that's clear now. Okay, we're turning back up again. I am in performance mode. Oh no, someone's coming out in front of me. I gotta stop. Oh, the situation's clear now. I can go. I don't have to think about the cruise. I don't have to do the twist, trick, lock, two-hand thing. Command, Option, Shift. Of course, this would be infinitely easier to manipulate if it was like not flexing out on a solid cable. Look, see the control I have with one hand? Look at that. I'm right back at max cruise. Kids, do not record with a camera like this, like with a phone like this. You need like a GoPro or a mount. At least tape the camera to your head. Anything but this. I'm taking the risk so you don't have to. Remember. This makes it so much easier to ride. It's so great. Even for simple things like turns, look, it's more like a motorcycle now. Like, just slow down a little bit, power through the turn. You don't have to really do anything. You don't have to fool with the cruise control to get it back to cruise. It doesn't break the riding experience. It doesn't like suspend your disbelief or breaks the suspension of, I don't know. The point of the matter is, it makes it a more consistent riding experience. It's like a high-resolution screen on a phone. Like, the crispier and brighter and more true to life the display is, the less you realize it's a display, and the more you're focusing on the content. See what I mean? I want to be less reminded that I'm on a little e-bike and more in the moment of, like, you know, Poseidon flowing over the, you know what I mean? Like, I feel so free and empowered, and like every time I have to mess with the throttle, or it's so stressful. This mod reduces the stress one will have. And I think the only bad thing you can say about it is, what if I fly off my bike? Well, I mean, this stock cruise control does not care if you're on the bike either. Now, I could put a little sensor right here, and if a wrist isn't there, the system's completely disabled. Now what are you going to say? It's great. Look, I can get all up in personal situations. Look how creeper mode I am right now. And I'm just modulating how much I'm tapping this. Look, we're totally in a different situation right now. I couldn't be flying like this. Oh, I changed my mind. Just let it off the brake. No problem. Back to top cruise. Did I have to fiddle with this at all? I don't think I did. Did I do it one-handed? Yes. Is it safe? Well, I'm not wearing a helmet. Everything's okay right now. Again, kids, you should always wear a helmet. I just don't have one. This also is very beneficial for off-roading, because you realistically need 100% torque, like in those times, you know, anyway. So you just turn the torque on and off. But you don't want to have such a simple control mechanism all the time. You want the nice throttle, you know. So this is an upgrade. Using the existing infrastructure of the bike, it's great. I'm like super happy with it. This upgrade cost $1. $1. I mean, maybe $1.50 if you add the cable. I had some Ethernet. Yes, that is Cat 5. Sue me. If it makes it safer to drive one-handed, it surely makes it a hell of a lot safer driving with two hands. Okay, this looks like a relatively busy street. As usual, I have no idea where I am. I'm just living in the moment right now. Oh, let's stop at the stop sign. Let's obey the law. Okay, let's go back to top speed. No issues. Did I touch the throttle? No, I did not. Okay, I'm gonna try to find my way back home. This looks pretty familiar-ish. Too close to traffic to not obey those laws regardless, so let's obey those laws regardless. I feel totally confident on this little thing, on this road right now. If I hear a car, I can easily get out of the way. I just turned around and I see that there's a car coming, but because he could possibly turn down there, I'm just gonna wait until that situation is relevant. Because I have so many ways to get out of the situation. Look, what if I heard him hauling up on me quick? And then he goes, wah, and I just go. And I didn't have to touch the throttle or mess with the knob. Okay, now I hear him coming over my left shoulder. But I am out of here. There we go. Okay, this video would probably take too long if I found my way home. It's already 11 minutes, so have a good one.